to talk to you about honesty and integrity. I know that's something we don't hear a lot about these days. Don't know a lot of people who have it these days. There's so many people who have no clue how to be honest, let alone how to have integrity. I know in the circles that I used to run, very few people had honesty or integrity. But I'm going to tell you something. That is so important. Because when the chips are down and things get hard, do you want somebody who is next to you who is not honest and have integrity, or someone who's going to lie through their teeth and put you in situations that you should have never been in because they had no integrity? These are going to be very important factors if you ever get yourself in a position where it's not a favorable one. Favorable when that's hard to say. But I learned the hard way. I learned the real hard way that when the chips are down, when things are really getting hard, people will turn their backs on you and talk about you. You know, everybody's got something to talk about. And instead of reaching out a hand to say, "Can I help you?" When chips are down, when things really, really get hard, when your life starts going in a turmoil, and everybody's life does at one point or another, are the people around you going to lift their hand up to you and say, "Let me help you"? Or are they going to gossip about you, talk all kinds of mad crap, and add to the mess that you're already in? Well, for me, that was a reality. For me, that was a reality. I hit really, really tough times. And to the point that spun my world out of control. Everybody thought I was losing my mind. I wasn't. I was trying to grasp everything that was going on. And I even thought I was losing my mind, and I wasn't. I was actually trying to ground myself. And sometimes when you're trying to ground yourself, God takes your life and spins it all around and says, "Nope, you're getting too comfortable. We need to make you uncomfortable because you're joining the world. And I don't want you to join the world. I want you to stand out from the world." So he put me in a situation where I was really uncomfortable. I was homeless. I had lost jobs. I had people talking mad smack about me. People who knew me and should have known better. And people who had no idea who I was, swore they knew me, and had no clue. I have had a lot of letdowns by people who I thought were supposed to have my back. People I thought had honesty and integrity, and when the chips were down, I found out that none of them did. None of them. Money talks really, really loud. And when you have none, people look at you like you ain't nothing. Now, who I am shouldn't depend on what I have, the material things. Who I am should depend on who I am. But I found real quick that that was not the case. And unfortunately, it was a very hard lesson to learn because people who I trusted, family, even friends, turned out to be enemies. And that's not a good thing, not a good feeling. And when you find this out, your trust becomes an issue. And they will swear up and down it's you. You're the problem. But when you were going through the worst time of your life, they had no problem adding to it with gossip. They had no problem talking about your character like you were nothing. They have no problem talking to you about you like you were never important in their life, like you were never a friend, like you were never a family member, like you had never helped them, like you have never gave your hand out to them when you did. That's how people get. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who actually have honesty and integrity. If they will bend the rules for even one small little thing for no reason at all, for no good reason at all, chances are they'll bend the rules to destroy you. I had to learn that the hard way. And a lot of people pretend they are one way, and then they're actually another way. Those are the people you got to look out for. They're like chameleons, right? It's just like Lucifer. Lucifer will tell you everything you want to hear and promise you the world, and then not deliver. Pull that rug out from underneath you. Well, so will people, because people are full of demons. Some people follow Lucifer. A lot of people follow Lucifer. And it gets them nowhere. It gets them destroyed. They might get away with it for a little while, but eventually they get caught. Darkness comes into the light and they have to pay the piper. And oh, they don't like that. Not at all. But the truth of the matter is, you need to make your circle strong. And the only way to make your circle strong is to have people in your circle who are honest and have integrity. People that you know when the chips are down, they're going to have your back. When there's a monster out there, they're not going to throw you to the monster to save themselves. They'll pull you from the monsters, even if it doesn't save them. That's a real friend. That's a real family member. You would expect parents and aunts and uncles and cousins and all of that, brothers and sisters, and these are just examples, nothing specific, but these are just examples. You would expect those people to be there for you. That was your clan. You expect them to be there for you. But a lot of times you'll find out blood don't mean nothing to anybody but you. Sometimes that's the hardest lesson to learn, and sometimes we have to go through that. And a lot of times when we come to Jesus, he shows us who the snakes are in the world, whether we like it or not. And sometimes it is the most heartbreaking deception you've ever seen. But God, he won't just put you through that deception. He'll make you a better person because of it. He'll pull you out of that mud that them people put you in, left you to die in, or destruct in. And he'll rescue you because God is that good. That's why discernment is such a necessary thing. Extremely necessary. So if you don't have it, ask for it. Ask Jesus for it. He will give it to you. You ask. You have not because you ask not. I have very strong discernment now. Didn't used to. Well, I did, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what to do with it. Now I know what it is, and I know what to do with it, and it protects me all the time. But I also know that I keep my circle small, and I make sure that the people that are in my circle have honesty and integrity. Because if I can't trust them behind my back, I don't want them in my life. And God has taught me a very important lesson when it comes to that, because I used to think quantity was better than quality in friends. And now I know the truth.